Hey there YouTube, and welcome to Big Mike Beard Wisdom. So today, it's mid-May, and it's about time to cut the hair down again. So this will be the summertime buzz cut, and my summertime buzz cut's pretty much the same as my wintertime buzz cut. And this is just talking about cutting the hair from about ear level up, and then all the way back. And for me, I really like Wall. And I've had their clippers for years. I've had some good ones, I've had some bad ones. This one here, I've seen online. And in the previous video, I think I had a link to it on Amazon. I don't know if they still make it, but it works pretty well. And then, same thing as last time, just make sure that it's kind of clean. You always want to make sure you use a little bit of beard oil. Well, clipper oil. Whenever you get ready to use these. Also, same thing when you're done with them. Go ahead and brush the hair off and stuff like that. Clean them up as best as you can. Then throw a little bit of oil on it. That way it's good and oiled up. And then for cutting hair, it's kind of one of those things where depending on how you go against the grain will determine how short or long it is. But a lot of them will also have a little lever, kind of like this one. And with this lever, it extends the clipper blade. So in this setting, you'll have a little bit more hair that'll leave behind. Whereas this one, that's just short as possible. If you go with the grain of your hair, it'll be a little bit of a longer cut normally. If you go against the grain of your hair, it'll normally be a little bit of a shorter cut. Luckily for me, this will go pretty quick. And then I do recommend, if you're gonna do it inside, I like doing it in the bathroom, and I put a grocery bag in the sink. That way it catches the hair. Just walk around public just like this. And then when you go from the back, you want to kind of set the blade so that it's nice and flat on the neck and slowly follow up. There's a lot of weird little bumps and shapes that you can have back there. And also, if you're cutting someone's hair, it's one of those things to be kind of careful of, because you can have little, right here at the base of the skull, I've got a big bump here, and it's where the neck more or less meets the skull. And if you're not careful, as you're cutting that, you can catch that kind of hard, and that can be a little uncomfortable. So if you're trimming someone else's hair, try to be conscious of that as you're doing it. And for me, I trim my beard right about here, so that way it's kind of even with my glasses. But the big thing is you always want to go around your ear really well. There's a lot of little nooks and crannies there, and you want to try and make sure that you hit each little hair. That way you don't go back later and be like, holy man. Alright, so that's about halfway done. You can see it's pretty tight. Just a little bit of hair. And then if you really wanted to shave your head, this would be a great time to shave it too. So shaving your hair with your hair this long winds up clogging the blade up quite a good bit. And then you've got to do a lot of rinsing to try and get it out. When it's this short, especially if it's like one of the more modern blades and stuff like that, that have like multiple blades, it'll glide over this, and then some of that hair will come up and out through the back. So, and it's easier to clean when it's nice and short like that. So ears are important. Same thing with back of the neck. If you're trimming a hairy guy, try and help him with any kind of stuff he's got back here. So, like maybe they got a little bit going up the neck back here. Maybe they don't. And then trim right down here on the neck. Ooh, that's a don't go out in public. Got a little mange. Then again, ears can be tricky. Just want to make sure that you get around all the little areas on the ear really well. And then, depending on how the hair grows. So I think most of my hair grows down on these sides. So cutting straight back will wind up hair cutting can be sneezy. So I think the hair mostly grows down this way. So cutting straight back like that leaves it a little bit long. So I always wind up going back through and coming up and over to make sure that I'm cutting it all at the same height. And if you see it jumping like that, it's because I'm catching a little bit of skin. I'm pushing a little bit too hard. So really, you should just let it kind of glide up and over the skin. You don't want to be digging it in. So that's about it. The big thing now is the double check. So you want to kind of pull it into the mirrors and look for where you might have missed something. So you're just looking for anything where you've got an open spot or a section of hair left that needs trimmed up. And really that's pretty much it. So it's pretty simple. Whether you're cutting your own hair or you're cutting someone else's, buzz cuts are pretty easy. And then you can always go with these spacers and stuff. These just, most hair cutting stuff comes with these. And then they'll have like a length on them. So this one's a number 1 cut, which is an 1/8 inch. This one's in the number 8, which is a 1 inch. So essentially this would leave like 1 inch of hair as you were cutting. So the hair would get up through here, the cutting blade would be there, and it would leave that much hair. So if you don't want super skin short, you can go with something like this that leaves just a little bit left. And this will also help prevent you from jabbing someone in the head with some metal blades. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's pretty much it for how I cut my hair. Check you guys next time. Knew I was forgetting something. This is kind of a redo of a previous video that I did. And so, this is going great.